Hello. This week we're going to try dressing a sharpening stone. A handful of videos back I got a mail call from Resto Rob, and in that mail call he had sent a couple of vintage a hone and a two-sided coarse and fine stone, and it's pretty well chipped up around the edges, probably from being thrown in a toolbox or on a shelf or something like that. Both of them were actually, you can kind of see. And I wanted to dress the stone up a little bit. So I went ahead and I have a dressing stone for these things. And I did the one, and I thought, you know, is there another way without a dressing stone that you would be able to do it? And so I Googled around, and it suggested to use 40 grit sandpaper and double-sided tape it, or somehow fasten it to a piece of flat glass or a real good flat piece of workbench or something like that, and or say like your table on your table saw. I actually used a table on my disc sander, and I just used a piece of this strip. This is actually 80 grit. I don't have 40 grit, and that's what the article recommended, was using 40 grit. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I already did the stones. It does work. I already did the stones that Resto Rob sent me. So I have my other stone here, and I don't know if you can see. The camera will pick up, probably not. Yeah, you can see a little bit of a gap under there. Yeah, you can see it there. But so I have the straight edge on there, and it'll pick it up, but the paper, it just slides right underneath of it. So it's got a pretty good belly. Really, it's on this end of the stone here, there's a belly, and it actually has a little bit of a cup to it this way. I must not use this side very much because this one isn't too bad. So I'm just going to do real quick, go over to the table, and I'll clamp down this little piece, and it doesn't take a whole lot of effort, and it really works. So here we go. Okay, so you can see with the little bit of sanding, you can see where it's sanding that edge there, here, up here, a little bit along here, and across here, and just here. So all this is low, and this is low across here. Kind of hard, there you go. So let me sand out a little bit more, and we'll get her squared up. Okay, so I did change out my piece of sandpaper. It goes relatively quick. I think on the bigger stone, I went through 2 pieces, and the second piece that I had used, I started using on this one, so it went pretty quick. So I'm on my second piece now, and I'm getting it a lot closer. See if I can get try and get it. So you can see all along here and up, all up across here, all up and over in here, and down here. So we just have this little piece right here in the middle, and it's about that wide. The light's not hitting it right, but you can see it's like a pear shape almost. It's a little bit up here, kind of wide, and down here, but we're really solid into the 4 corners and down the side, and a little bit of contact over here. So we're getting it real close. So the next one will be, I'll show you, it'll be all done. So let me get back at it, and then I'll show you when it's all done. Okay, so that was a lot of work. Got that stone dust all over, and it's kind of in my mouth a little bit, but you can see the whole thing's just got that like nice sheen to it. It's real nice and flat, and it's just real nice and consistent. You could see in the previous videos or the previous clips the little shiny edges of the contact area and how it shrunk in, and now the whole thing just has that nice consistent sheen to it. So took a pretty good bit off. They're kind of inconsistent, the thicknesses. This is a coarse and a fine stone, but they were pretty close to thickness. You can see it took a good bit off of there. It didn't seem like much when I had the straight edge on there. Now I did have a piece of paper folded in two, and it fit right underneath. But so either way, that went pretty well. I did go through a few pieces. Like I say, the article I read recommended 40 grit. I thought all I had was 80. I went through two 80 grit pieces, and then I found a piece of 40 grit, and the 40 grit worked really, really well. But really, in the end, I mean, that's just kind of a hack, if you will, if you don't have the dressing stone to take care of it. But I mean, nonetheless, it worked, so it's pretty cool. So I won't bore you with the other half, doing the other side here, the coarse side. But if you hung in there this long, I appreciate you. You're awesome. See you next time.